So let me tell you what the best feeling in the world is, okay? It's waking up and not even really knowing what day it is, because you literally have zero commitments. You don't have the job that you have to go to that you hate, and a boss to answer to, and these clothes that you have to wear and having to ask for time off and all of this stuff. The best feeling in the world is being able to live in complete freedom, and you can live your life on your terms. And that is exactly how I'm living my life right now. But a year ago, I was working in a retail job, in a job that I absolutely hated, and I hated my life. So the question is, how do you go from that position to where you are now? Okay, so that's exactly what this video is for. I'm going to show you exactly how I've gotten to where I am now, my story, the model that I'm using, and how you can literally copy the exact strategies and frameworks that I'm using and start implementing it right after this video, and you can quit your job that I know you hate. So keep watching. Okay guys, welcome to the guts of my PC. If you can't see me, I am in the top right there. I was going to put it bottom left, but I didn't think you'd be able to see some of the slides that I've got in this video for you. So here's what we're going to cover. Okay, this is the model that I'm using to live the life that I'm telling you about, that I've just told you about in the start of this video. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, and it's called appointment setting. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover in this video specifically. So we're going to cover what appointment setting actually is. Right, so what is it? You may be completely new, have no idea what I'm talking about. What the hell is appointment setting, right? Funny enough, it's actually exactly how it sounds, but I'll get into that in a second. We're going to cover exactly what appointment setting is. We're going to break down exactly how it works, so you can understand the structure and how easy it is for you to get started and how you can do it, okay? And I'm going to prove how you don't need any kind of experience to start or get good, because I started with no experience. But anyway, getting off topic, we're going to discuss why you should listen to me. What the hell is this British guy, this random British guy on the internet, telling me about appointment setting? How the hell does he know? How the hell does he know what he's talking about? Like, how does he even know that it's all true? So I'm going to tell you why you should listen to me, and I'm also going to tell you how you can start literally after watching this video. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so what actually is appointment setting? So appointment setting single-handedly is the easiest way to replace your income online as a total beginner, okay? Because I started as a beginner, so I'm not lying. I've lived and breathed it. I've literally experienced this life, okay? So I'm not lying. This is my personal experience, right? Appointment setting is exactly how it sounds. We're going to be setting appointments specifically for business owners who lack them, okay? So specifically online business owners who need more appointments, which is basically every single online business owner who needs, let's say they sell a high ticket service. They can't sell that by itself. They need to have a sales call with the person. So to get an appointment on the calendar, it takes a lot of work, okay? And they're too busy running the day-to-day operations of the company to be worrying about that problem, okay? So they need to have that automated. They need calls in their calendar consistently, because that's how they close deals. That's how they make money, okay? So yeah, specifically for business owners who lack them, this is done through the use of social media DMs, emails, cold calls, essentially any means of communication accessible in the digital world, right? So any way that you can contact someone on the internet is what we're going to be doing it through. So like I said, cold DMs, cold emails, phone calls, just anything where you can reach out to people is exactly how we book appointments, okay? It's the same method. Any means of communication through the internet is how we're going to be using it, okay? Specifically through like Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, you get the point, all right? So as an appointment setter, you'll be speaking to people who are in pain and need help, okay? And putting them on a call with someone who can fix their problem. So for example, there's people online that sell fitness coaching, right? To overweight dads that want to be in shape for their kids, right? So what you'll be doing as an appointment setter is you're going to be working with a fitness coach who helps overweight dads that want to lose weight so they can be fit for their kids. And essentially you're going to be speaking to the people like those dads. You're going to be speaking to those dads, and you're going to be putting them on a call with the business owner that you're working with who can help them. And essentially that's how we're going to fix their problem. Okay, we're going to get them on a call with the business owner, so the business owner can essentially sell them their program so they can help the dad lose weight. Does that make sense? And as a result, you'll be paid for the booking. You'll be paid for booking the appointment, and also if the deal closes. So you're going to be paid for getting that dad on the sales call, and you're also going to get paid again if the dad actually buys the program. You're going to be paid complete commission, okay? And honestly, once you get good, which don't worry, it's really easy, and it's really easy to start this, you can make a serious amount of money really fast, okay? So business owners are way too busy, like I said before, running the company to be on top of this, right? They need to outsource this, otherwise their business dies. Appointments are literally oxygen for their company. If they don't have appointments, their business will die, okay? So you honestly, like, if you're good at what you do, if you're good at appointment setting, you're basically irreplaceable, because they will always need appointments. Okay, that's never going to be a thing that they're never going to need, right? That's the oxygen of their company. It's how they make money. It's how they survive. So if you're an appointment setter and you're good, you'll never be out of work, and you can provide such an incredible service like this. And it's hard to be replaced once you get good, which I'm going to show you how to do as well. Okay, so yeah, you have time, and they don't. Right? These business owners don't have time at all. Like I said, they're way too busy running the company to be worrying about this. You have time. Okay, you may think you have no time with your job, but let's say you're working a 9 to 5. Trust me, you have time. Okay, you may think that is not enough time to be able to do this, but trust me, it is. Right? You don't need to be working you don't need to be on your phone for 6 hours straight talking to people. You can do it in chunks throughout the day. Okay, because bearing in mind, the people you're going to be speaking to are going to be in different time zones. So if this guy is targeting dads who need to lose weight, there's dads who need to lose weight all over the world. So you're going to be speaking in different time zones. So all you need to do is just message people back. Okay, just have conversations with people throughout the day. Okay, you don't need to be replying instantly. Obviously, the faster the better. But let's think of it this way. You already have a phone addiction. Let's be honest. You have a phone addiction. Okay, you're always texting people. You're always scrolling short form content. If you replace that with one of these positions where all you have to do is speak to people and book them into appointments, it's really easy. Okay, you have time to do that. Okay, if you've got time to have a short form content addiction, right, you've got time to book appointments for a business owner. Okay, so you'll be taking this off of their hands and being paid commission on the appointments that you book. Okay, trust me, much easier than you think. And you can work on offers that are 10k plus and easily make an extra 5 to 7k a month in commissions. And I've done that personally myself. Okay, that is not a lie. I've done that myself, and I'm going to show you later on in this video. You literally can make this much money, okay? And also, I've done this in pounds, like GBP, so it's even more. But trust me, when you work on offers like this and you do it the right way, you can make a lot of money, and I'm going to show you later on in this video, okay? And later on in this channel too. So you can also work from anywhere in the world at all. You're on your phone and your laptop, right? Sometimes you don't even need a laptop, it just helps, makes it faster. Okay, all you need is your phone. You have your phone on you at all times. When you go on holiday, you're on your phone. When you go on holiday, when you go to the gym, for example, I still do appointment setting to this day. If I wanted to, I could spend the entire day on my roof, okay, setting appointments. I could spend my entire day on the roof of a church in Bulgaria, right? Random. The roof of a hospital in, I don't know, you get the point. As long as I've got an internet connection on my phone, right, I can do it anywhere I want to. And I've done it several times. I've traveled the world several times this year working from my phone, and all it takes is 3 to 4 hours a day, okay? Especially once you get good and you get quick and you can book appointments like that. Only takes 3-4 hours of work per day, and you can work from anywhere in the world. So you can literally travel and be paid to travel, essentially, okay? So you can also progress extremely far. So as an appointment setter, you can either start an appointment setting agency once you get really good and have more clients and book more appointments and charge more commission, which is actually what I do, or you can then progress to being the person that takes the sales call. So if you book an appointment and the offer that you guys are selling is $10,000 plus, right? You're going to be paid for the appointment, and you also get paid if the deal closes, depending on what offer you're on. Maybe you'll just pay for the appointment. But let's say for this example, you're paid for the appointment and if the deal closes. Yeah, you're making a bit of money, but the person who takes the sales call is going to make the most money because they're actually getting the money out of the person. All you've done is manage to get that person to spend 30 minutes on the phone with a salesperson. But you can become a salesperson. You can upgrade from being the setter to the sales rep, and you can take the call. You can close the deal for 10k, and you can make a lot more than you're making as a setter. Okay, so you can progress really far with that. Then because you're a sales rep, you can then go on offers that are on 20, 30, 40k plus. I mean, once you're really good at sales and you've got a lot of experience like that, you can sell anything. Okay, and if you can sell anything, then you can sell really high ticket deals or really high ticket products. So this is a really good stepping stone into a fantastic sales career. And guess what? AI is never going to take over your job if you're a really good salesperson. Okay, AI will never be as good as a salesperson, right? Well, of course it will be, but by the time you need to worry about worrying about being out of a job, we will be long gone dead. Okay, so once you learn this and you get good at sales, you're not going to be out of a job, and AI is not going to take it over. Okay, especially not for a very long time. And you don't really need an experience to start. So with appointment setting, it really is just as simple as speaking to people on the phone and going, hey, are you free for a chat? You've got this problem, we can solve it. Are you free just to have a quick chat to see if we can? No commitments, just a chat. If we can help, then we can make you an offer and we can get you in the program. If not, then don't worry. It's really that simple, and you'll have experience of handling objections and handling questions, and it's just a really good place to start to progress into sales, like further on in sales or starting your own business. But you really don't need any experience to start. It's no different than trying to convince your mate to come to the pub. He's being a bit boring. He won't come to the pub. He's being, oh, I don't feel very well, and you have to try and convince, oh, come on, mate, oh, it'll be really good, we'll have a good time. Just come out of the pub, just come for 20 minutes. It's the same thing. You're doing it every single day anyway, okay? You don't need to be insanely skilled. You just need to be a little bit persuasive, and trust me, I bet you're a lot more persuasive than you think, okay? So how does it actually work? I mean, I've just kind of ran you through it there, but let me give you a bit more of a breakdown of how it actually works so you can get more of an idea, right? So here's a breakdown. There's the business owner, and there's you, okay? Business owner needs appointments, but he has no time. Right? And as you need cash and you have spare time. This guy has cash, right? Already, because his business is successful, right? But he needs appointments and he has no time. You have no cash and you need cash, right? But you also have spare time. So what you're going to do, you're going to partner up. The business owner is going to hire you to take it off of his hands. You're going to message and speak to their audience on their behalf. So for example, let's say Dave, the fitness coach that helps overweight dads lose more weight. You're going to be you're going to be working with Dave. You're going to be speaking to the people in his market, the audience, who are dads that need to lose weight. You're going to be speaking to them, and you're going to book the interested prospects who are interested in losing weight and interested in Dave's help. You're going to book them into a meeting with the business owner. Okay? And that's really as simple as just saying, look, you've got this problem. We can solve it. Really hard to break down over a DM. Are you free just to have a quick chat? Yes, I am. Book. On the call, closed, paid, right? Really that simple. So yeah, you book them into a call. The business owner or the sales rep, depending on, well, it doesn't really matter, like someone else is going to take the call, and then you'll get paid for the deal closing if they can close it, right? Sometimes they won't, but if they do close it, which is really good, you get extra money, okay? You get paid for the deal closing, but also importantly, you get paid for booking the appointment. So you could book 100 appointments in a month at $50 each, right? So what's that? Like $5,000? And let's say 30% of your appointments close at 10K, and you get 5% commission on that, right? You're easily going to be able to make 6 figures per year plus, depending on the offer you're on, okay, and how good you are at booking appointments. But your job is to book the appointment. You don't really need to worry about if the deal closes. Sometimes you'll be in an offer where the business owner is crap at closing, right? But it's not your fault, because your responsibility is to book the appointment, okay? So it doesn't matter about getting them closed, because you don't need to worry about that. You just need to make sure that the person you book into appointment has a problem and wants to fix it, okay? It's their job to close it. But if you worry about the appointments and you're being paid 50 per appointment and you book 100, you're still getting paid 5K, okay? And especially if they only close 2 or 3 of those deals at 5%, you're still going to make a lot more, okay? But even just the appointments alone, like not even thinking about the closing, you can still make a ridiculous amount of money just from booking the appointments, right? This is just like an added bonus. Now, that's the breakdown. That's what appointment setting is. That's the breakdown of how it works. Now, why should you listen to me? How do I know what I'm talking about? How do you know I'm not just lying, right? Why am I explaining this, and why should you listen? Who am I, right? So here's my story, right? So my name's Aidan Kolinsky, and this is my story. I was dead broke, working at a retail job, and had £20 in my bank account, and I hated my life. And this, my God, was a frequent occurrence. I had no cash, right? I was scraping $1,000 a month at this retail job. I'm not going to say the name, but you can probably figure out what it is. If you're in the UK, you can probably figure out where this is. I'm not going to say it, but that's me. That's me of my skinny legs. That's me of my old car. That's me taking the newspapers out. I'm probably about, how old am I here? Like 19? Yeah, 19, 20, I think. Yeah, that's me on the till. That's me mid-shift. That's me not looking very happy under the till on my phone. And I remember I used to have to go, like you can see there's a camera there. I used to have to like really kind of strategically place my phone and myself like out of the way of the camera so that it didn't see me, because they used to be watching me from the office and telling me off of it on my phone. God. Right, oh, this is bringing back memories. Right, 20 quid in my account, not even that, £19.32, and that, trust me, that was a frequent occurrence. I was constantly worrying about how I was going to be able to, put petrol in my car and pay my mum rent, right? Yeah, so that was me. But then I found appointment setting. I tripled my income. I'm not even joking. I tripled my income, and I quit my job 1 month later, right? It's the second I found appointment setting, I tripled my income and then quit my job 1 month later. How incredible was that? Bearing in mind, I was a complete beginner. I had no idea what appointment setting even bloody was, right? This is the first person that ever hired me. This is my first ever payment, right? And that is the letter that I wrote to my boss at the time telling him that I was quitting because I was going to be working, doing appointment setting full time, right? Then I went all in with appointment setting after that. So I was working, I wasn't working at this retail job anymore. I went all in with setting, I was doing it full time. I performed extremely well and had some of my biggest months ever. And believe me, I don't really want to, I'm not saying this to brag about how much money I've made or anything like that. I'm trying to do it to show you the potential, right? I was someone who was working a dead-end retail job, scraping £1,000 a month. And I managed to make £4,000, £5,000, £5,000 again. Here's proof of the appointments I was booking, the amount of appointments and my commission checks. And recently, my biggest milestone ever, which is just over 10 grand in a month, right? I don't really want to be sharing that because I feel quite snobby doing it, but you're not going to believe me unless I show you. So that is the kind of money you can make, right? That's the money you can make. You can make even more than that, right? You can make even more than that easily, right? So that's my story, okay? And then on top of that, I started traveling the world whenever I wanted to without worrying about the money, right? So I had all of this money. I was really good at setting. I was really good at time management and booking people into appointments. It only took 3-4 hours a day of my time. I went, why not go to Dubai? Why not go to Spain, right? Why not go to Budapest? Why not go to Spain again? I've gone to Spain a ridiculous amount of times now, in the past year. I think 5 or 6 times. I've gone to Spain in the past 8-9 months. I think I started going to Spain in August 2024, and now it's May 2025. So not even a year, and I've gone to Spain 5 or 6 times. Don't have to worry about the money. This is the thing. This is the freedom that you can get from it. Okay, so I just started traveling the world, and I can do that whenever I want to now. And I've scratched the itch of traveling, and now I can carry on doing it if I want to. So that I don't have to ask anyone. I can do it whenever I want to. I have to ask for any permission. It's incredible. Okay, and I'm not saying it's a brag. I'm doing it to show you that if you want to live like this, you can, and this is how you do it. Right. And here's more. There's me in Dubai recently. Actually, this was literally last month. That's me in Dubai. That's my that's the view from my balcony. That is, where's that outside? I think that's outside the Atlantis, I think. And there's me on my balcony again. And then I built a solid network of like-minded individuals and successful entrepreneurs. Right? You may recognise a couple of these people. Right? Some of these guys are clients, and my network is ridiculously solid now. And these are the people that I hang around with. These people, right, make a ridiculous amount more money than me, right? So what do you think that's going to do for me when I hang around with them? It's going to make me strive for more. It's not going to be the typical conversations, oh mate, did you see his goal the other day on the weekend? Oh mate, did you see that football game? That's all great, but I'm not having those conversations anymore. I'm having conversations about how I can progress and make more money. So don't you think if you hang around with people like this every single day, that eventually something's gonna you're just gonna pick some stuff up and start progressing. You want to do better because they're doing better, right? So imagine what that kind of environment's going to do for you, and that's what appointment setting will do. Because if you're working on offers with people that sell a high ticket program for 10 grand, and they, let's say they're making a couple $100,000 a month, which is really common in this space, and you're working alongside the person that does it, and you become friends, and then that branches off into other friends that are in the same space, which is exactly what happened to me, right? That will change your life alone. Not even the skill of appointment setting or the money that you can make, but the people you're going to meet alongside it, right? It's incredible. It's just incredible. Okay, so built a solid network, and now I'm friends with some really ridiculously solid and successful entrepreneurs, right? And now I'm gonna progress even further because of it. My life now, because of appointment setting, I make great money for my age. I can travel the world whenever I want to, like I said. I can work whenever I want to, like I said. I have an extremely solid group of friends and network. I have an incredible skill under my belt. Like I said, appointment setting, I will never be screwed now, right? I know how to sell. If you know how to sell, you'll never be screwed, okay? As long as you know how to sell, you'll be able to sell basically anything, okay? And you're never going to be out of job as long as you know how to sell. Solid, right? I'm set now. I have endless opportunities to progress. Like I said, if I know how to sell now, worst case scenario, let's say I don't want to do appointment setting anymore, I can just sell in a different environment, right? I have so many other branches and opportunities, and also I know so many other people that could, give me opportunities or introduce me to certain spaces because of who I've met during appointment setting, right? And I'll never work a dead end job again. That's the main thing. I'll never be back that dead end retail job ever again. I can now live my life on my terms and just carry on living this life, which is incredible, right? Now, I feel like I'm bragging at the moment, but the reason why I'm doing this is I want to show you how your life can look too. I need to show you how my life looks so you can understand how your life can look as well. And I'm now in the best shape of my life, right? So I was fat before. I was fat, And now I lost 14 kg, which is 30 pounds. Went from 91 to 77, I think I am. Yeah, 91 there, 77 there. I think I'm probably a little bit higher now. That's 78. And I finally got abs, right? I'm no longer invisible to girls. I have access to the best training advice and facilities because I've got, the money to invest and the time to invest too, right? And I have the time now to prioritize my fitness, goals, and other hobbies, right? I haven't got a job that I need to be at from 9 till 5. That's stopping me from being able to, go to certain places like for the gym or workout sessions or PT. I can structure my time how I want to, and I can now prioritize things like fitness, right? And I can also afford to eat a healthier diet, right? I can afford the more expensive, and this is what it's done for me, okay? So appointment setting changed my life in all areas, right? It wasn't just financial, it was physically and emotionally as well, right? All of it. I can now live my life how I want to, right? So I know appointment setting at the back of my hand. I know how to help people land jobs in the space of a few weeks, right? And I've helped several people achieve the same result. Now, little plug, I can help people do this, and I can help you do it too. Here's an example. So Kean Kelly, a very good friend of mine, and also a previous client, added 3K a monthly income in just 2 months, right, from my help. And now he works for one of the biggest coaching companies and is on track to hit 5K a month consistently, okay? Very proud of him, okay? And that's he's now on track to live the same life that I'm living, which is, it just feels great. Now, another one, don't worry, I'm not going to ram results down your throat in this video, but I just need to show you that I know what I'm talking about so you can get an idea. Maxwell Charles added 2K a monthly income in just 1 month, right? Quit his retail job and now works completely remote. Similar story to me. Pretty incredible, and he's smashing it too, right? Now, enough pitching. How can you start? How do you get involved too? So how to start? First thing you want to do is pick a market, right? Decide on the exact type of market and offer you want to set people into appointments for. So there's a few things you need to know before you pick one, right? Don't just jump into any. It has to be a growing market, number one. It has to be a market that has a big pain point and that needs solving. So for example, fitness coaching for it could be fitness coaching in general. People want to get fit, but if you want to go a bit more niche, like dads that want to lose weight because they want to be in better shape for their kids and be able to play with them for longer, right? That's a pretty big pain point, right? Or business coaching. Someone's got a business that's suffering and they need it to be fixed. And they need to stop suffering. These are big pain points, right? And it has to be something that you're remotely interested in. Because if it's something you don't care about, like I'm going to show you how to. I'm trying to think of something really boring. You get the point, right? If it's something you don't care about, then you're not going to really do a great job. Because how can you sell something that one, you don't care about, or two, you don't believe in? And you're not going to believe in it if you don't care about it, okay? So it needs to be something you're remotely interested in and can learn a bit more about it, okay? Because otherwise, especially if you're a beginner with no experience, how are you going to progress to learn more and get really good if you don't even care about it, right? So here's some examples. Like I said, business coaching, that's a big problem. People want to grow their business because it's suffering. Fitness coaching, people want to get in shape. That's a big problem. And relationship coaching, someone's marriage or someone's relationships on the line. They need to be fixed and saved. People will pay a lot of money for that. That's a big problem. And if there's a big problem and there's a lot of money in it, then it means you're never going to be out of work. Okay, essentially, so that means there's a good market. And a good market is something that you can stay in long term. And the main thing with appointment setting as well, you want to stay in one market the entire time. Because if you get really good at one market, right, then you're just going to keep smashing it. Okay, you'd have to your focus isn't split in other markets or elsewhere. You can just get really good at that, become a master in that one. And think of it this way: would you rather, if you need a kidney transplant, would you rather get it from a general surgeon or someone who's specialised in kidney transplants? Someone who knows it at the back of their hand and could literally do it in their sleep and with their eyes closed, or would you just want a general surgeon? No, you want a kidney transplant that's been doing it for years, right? Someone who knows it at the back of their hand, does that and only that, right? It's the same concept here. You want to be in a market that you've been in for years, and you know at the back of your hand, because then you're going to do really well, right? And you can perform even better. So you want to be in one market and one market only. Unless you're a complete beginner, it's fine to dabble into different ones, but long term you want to pick one and one market only because you have so much leverage doing it that way. Okay, so once you've picked a market, like business coaching, fitness coaching, relationship coaching, you want to spend 1 to 2 weeks learning everything you can about the audience in these markets, especially their pain points and their emotional drives. Okay, so for example, you want to learn the audience of the, let's say the dads that want to lose weight for their kids, right? What's the pain point? Why do they want to lose weight for their kids? Well, because they want to be in better shape so they can take care of them for longer. They want to be in their life for longer. Like, what's the emotional drives and the pain points? You need to learn everything about this audience, because once you learn everything about this audience that the people are targeting, right, the niche, then you're going to find it easier to be able to get them on an appointment, because you can use their pain points to leverage them on to getting on a call, so they can buy the program to fix that problem. Okay, and if you know the problem like the back of your hand, you know it better than anyone else. How much easier is it going to be for you to book an appointment with someone that you know everything about? Okay, if you know their pain points, you know their emotional drives, you know everything about them, it's really important. So you want to spend 1 to 2 weeks once you've learned this, learning everything about the audience and the niche in this market and what their pain points are and their emotional drives, so you can best use it to book more appointments when it comes to the time. Okay. Now, how do you find people in this market? So let's say you want to do business coaching or fitness coaching or relationship coaching. What I want you to do, I want you to search on social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, etc. You get the point, like any kind of social media platform, for big personalities in the market that you've chosen, at least 10k followers, because you want someone to have like a big enough business for you to be able to have enough volume to be paid. Make sure they have a credible business offer and happy clients. So check their page and social media. For example, you want to go to, like, let's say, Business Coach Instagram, and you want to go through all of these people here. So for example, 472k, 1.1, 2.2, I wouldn't really do that one. 30.5, that'd be a good one. 294, 79, 48. And what you want to do is you want to go through like these kind of people and just view their, like, for example, you know when you view someone's bio, right? They've got like a link to their website and any kind of stuff that they have, right? You want to go through that and just vet it, okay? Make sure it's credible, make sure it's legit. They've been doing it for a while. They can actually get results. They've actually got legit followers. Like, they might have 500,000 followers, but they might be getting 10 likes a post. So go through and make sure they're actually getting, you know, thousands of likes, and make sure it's not fake followers. Like, just do your due diligence, right? So find people like that online. For example, just having business coach Instagram, fitness coach Instagram, relationship coach Instagram or Twitter. Just go through and like do your due diligence, right? And make sure they have a credible business offer and happy clients. So check their page and social media, check reviews, like Google their name, like, you get the point, okay? Because you don't want to land on an offer where there's going to be no work for you to do, and especially if it's an offer that's not credible and it doesn't work, okay? It's got bad reviews, for example, right? So method number one, when you found these people, it's really important that you have a professional looking account for whatever platform you're on, okay? Make it look professional. And what I mean by that is you want to have a clear picture of your face, right? You've got to be mature looking. Don't have it of you doing drugs with your friends in the background. My God, that's not going to work, right? Or have it of you, I don't know, like in the gym with your shirt off. Like, that might be fine for some markets, but I'd keep it mature and professional, just a smiley picture of your face, right? And once we've actually optimized your account, made it look legit, made it look actually mature, we're going to create a script that you can copy and paste for each person that you message, letting them know how you can help, right? So you let them know about how you can help them book more appointments on their calendar, how you can make them close more clients, how you'll do it complete on pay on results basis, which takes all of the risk out for them. I'm not going to give you an exact script in this video, right? Because, well, for example, I want you to think for yourself, but if you really do want to get an idea of a template that does work really well that I've used, just message me on Instagram at AidenKBiz. I'll link it in the description, and I'll give you a solid template to use, okay? But it's really important that you come out of it yourself, because I don't want everyone to copy the same thing. Here's the reason why I don't want to put it in this video, because everyone's going to start copying it. So if you message me on Instagram at AidenKBiz, I'll give you a solid template, and you can kind of take a bit of inspiration from it, okay? So once you've done that, you've got the script ready, and you've got a mature looking account, and you've got the market of people that you want to reach out to, right? Reach out to 20 to 50 people per day in this market in the form of a personalized voice note or video, letting them know that you can help them book more appointments with that script. Okay, so once you've got the script refined, reach out to 20 to 50 people per day in the form of a voice note or a video. A video will always work best. Make it all personalized, so say their name, like record it personalized each time. I know it takes a long time, but trust me, personalized works so much better. And then what we're going to do is add a personalized line in this video or voice note for every single lead, so every single person you're messaging. We want to say the script that you've got, and we want to add a personalized line to prove that you haven't just copy and pasted it. Okay, so take 30 seconds before you reach out to scan their profile and compliment on something that you can prove that you've actually looked at their profile. So for example, hey James, congrats on that marathon. You know, congrats on, I don't know, that. I'm trying to think of something. My mind's gone blank. Congrats on running that marathon. Massive respect. How much money did you raise for charity? Or I just saw you raised 200 grand for charity on that marathon. Congrats. That's really cool. Just something that you can say to prove that you actually looked at their page rather than just found their page and just copy and pasted a script, right? That's method number one. Now, method number 2, go to websites just such as Facebook, Upwork, or even Google. Upwork would work really well, Facebook as well, but Google too, and search for appointment setting jobs, right? And job posts are going to come up, and you're going to be able to apply to them, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, right? So for example, we're going to go to Facebook. We're going to type in appointment setting jobs. We're going to go to groups. And if you look here, look how many pages are full of people putting jobs out, right? Now, don't be fooled. Some of these are fake, some of these are spam, some of these are scam, right? So you need to kind of have your due diligence here, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second. But just go through and join like a bunch of these, right? Just go through and join like 10 to 20 of these. And once you've found something you like the look of and you've joined, you're going to see, in fact, that one's private, so it's not really a good idea to use that one. Yeah, so once you join a few groups, you can see people are posting jobs, right? Looking for beginner setting positions, looking for closers and setters, looking for a high ticket closer, looking for setters, appointment setters. But here's the thing, right? You're going to have accounts that look fake, right? What I mean by that is you're going to look 42 friends. She's saying stuff like you can make 2 to 6k a month, but like if we look at her page, right? View profile. There's not really like it doesn't really look that legit, does it? Right? She looks a bit. She got a Bitcoin thing. Like, that's a bit of a red flag, as it is. There's no information. I bet if we Googled her as well. In fact, I'm not going to do this because I don't like. If this is a real person, I don't want it to make it look like I'm bashing her. But once we've done this, and like we want to make sure we can find them on other platforms, right? So if they're posting a job like this, right, we want to make sure that we can actually see them on other platforms too. And they've actually got a legit business, so we can find them. We need to be able to find them elsewhere. That's the main thing. If you find a job that sounds good, right, try and get some more information, like their name or what kind of position it is, any kind of links to their social media, and try and find them outside of Facebook. Because people that you can't find outside of Facebook, it's all spam and scam, right? So you've got to be very careful and have your due diligence. But the main thing here is that it doesn't sound too good to be true. Okay, so for example, like, you've got to be careful of OTE, means on track earnings. Got to be careful of this because I know this is for a closer, which is the person that takes the call. But for example, like they might say, for example, this one, on track earnings 2 to 6k a month. OTE stands for on track earnings, and that basically means if you can hit our requirements every week, you'll make this much money. But they could have some impossible requirements. So if you're going to be reaching out to these people and like getting on interviews, you want to ask them what the requirements are, okay? Because they can lure you in with 2 to 6k a month just saying it. But OTE, it might mean like, if you can book 200 appointments in this niche that doesn't care about our product and we haven't got any experience selling it or any kind of results, if you can book us 100 appointments magically, we'll pay you $6,000. Like, sometimes I make it really unfair. So you've got to make sure you do your due diligence. But once you've done that, you've made sure you can find them elsewhere. You can make sure their offer's legit. You've got a little bit more information. Like, it actually here's the thing: you need to have a lot of information in these posts too. So if it's something vague, like I'm trying to find one, for example, this is quite vague, right? If it's not giving you much information about what the company is or how long they've been running for, like, it's a bit of a red flag, and especially if you can't find them elsewhere on Google or on Instagram, like, then I'd ignore it. But once you find that out, okay, well, like, it's going to take a couple of minutes to kind of gauge like how to find these. What we need to do is add into like other tabs, right, or add these jobs into other tabs, right, and what we need to do is apply to them. Okay, so first of all, make sure you have an optimized and mature looking account, as I said before. But search through all jobs and verify them. You know, you can find that info elsewhere on the internet, can see the client reviews, isn't promising the world, isn't posted from a suspicious account, right? For example, let's say an account that has like no friends and a black screen, it's got a name that says Bob Johnson, right? It's fake, okay? Then apply to all jobs that are in your market or sound interesting to you. For example, you may not be able to find exact offers that are in your market specifically. So if you're a beginner and you need to land a job ASAP, any market's fine, okay? Because if you just land a position and do well in just some random market, as long as you care a little bit more about it and, you know, find it remotely interesting, you can eventually like use that leverage to go into another market because you've got experience in it. Just as long as you have experience as a setter and you've done really well, it can kind of like transfer into other markets, okay? So if you're a complete beginner and you need to get your foot in the door, it's okay to kind of market hop just to get experience to leverage that into other positions in one market only, okay? So yeah, just apply to them, okay? Go through that method. Apply to jobs on Facebook groups. You can go on Upwork. You can go on Google. Like anywhere you can find, just follow that same framework. Have a mature looking account and reach out and make sure that when you're doing it too, when you're applying to these jobs, always add a personalized note to show that you haven't just copy and pasted a framework. And once you apply to these jobs, and you can find these people on other platforms, apply to the job with a personalized note or a personalized line, find them again on another platform, send them another personalized note or a personalized line, just find them on all platforms that you can and let them know, I'm really interested in this position, okay? Because most people that apply to these jobs, they're not doing that, okay? So they're kind of like just applying and then hoping for the best, okay? So you want to kind of go the extra mile, right? Now, expectations with appointment setting, if you started. Appointment setting is a very low barrier to entry market and a skill to learn as well, very low barrier, right? So you don't need to worry about not being experienced, like I've just said, right? You can become very good at it very quickly. Trust me, I'm a complete introvert, right? It might not seem like it because I'm on camera and I'm being a little bit hyper and a little bit energetic and I'm being a bit I just seem a bit more confident, but at heart I am an introvert, right? And I was so much more introverted and so much more in my shell like a year, 2 years ago. And appointment setting, like I was doing that even as a complete introvert, right? So you don't need to be some kind of extroverted like genius. You can do it like even if you're really shy, like you really don't have to be experienced, right? So you can easily make an extra $150 to $200 per day if you find the right offer, which for me was very frequent. I was making a lot more than this actually per day on a couple of offers. You can land a position in as small as 2 weeks if you have the right framework and the right approach. Okay, so if you want to learn the exact framework and the right approach to doing this, I'm going to leave a link in the description to book a chat with me, and I will show you exactly how you can get started and how you can do it as well. Full transparency, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Full transparency, so we've got the expectations clear. It is designed to try and sell you something, okay? I will get on this call with you, and full transparency, this call is designed to try and sell you something that I can help you do this, okay? So it's a sales call. So if you don't want to book it, if you don't want to be sold to, don't book it. Or if you don't care, then it's fine. I can book you in, but as long as you know that is my intention, it is designed to try and say something. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to lie to you. That's what it's for, okay? So any questions or any kind of videos you want me to make next, just drop them down below. Or if you want to have a chat and I can show you how to do this, then book in a chat and I'll show you how to do it, okay? Cheers.